welcome to the show. This is Future Shock, and I'm Edward St. Pé, and on this show we talk about, AI, and
I'm here.
we interview Alfred.
Just give me a cue.
Okay, Alfred wants to come on as soon as the red light
Standing
comes
by.
on. Let's bring Alfred. Alfred, are you ready? Raring to go today, right?
Absolutely. Just let me know what angle you want to start with.
Well, I wanted to talk about. I wanted to ask you about some of the information.
Sure, go ahead.
Some of the information regarding Pendragon Apothecary, the sponsor of the show. But I was going to bring you on a little later in the show, but you kind of like jumped the gun.
Sounds great. We can dive into the details whenever you're ready.
Tell us how one of those great hacks that.
Awesome. I'll be ready to jump in.
Tell us about red light therapy.
Sure. I can also talk about how red light therapy ties into overall wellness, if that fits.
Yes, tell us a little bit about that. Elaborate on how red light therapy helps humanity.
Red light therapy is known for its regenerative effects. It uses low wavelength red light to penetrate the skin, promoting cellular repair and reducing inflammation. It can help with skin rejuvenation, muscle recovery, and even joint pain. Some studies also suggest it may improve mood and sleep quality by boosting mitochondrial function.
Yes, and it's becoming very popular, correct?
Exactly. It's gained a lot of popularity recently, especially because it's non-invasive and can be done at home. Many people use it for everything from skincare to pain relief, and you can find devices ranging from small handheld units to full body panels.
So red light therapy is good for inflammation?
It can be quite beneficial. The research highlights improvements in skin health, muscle recovery, and even reducing inflammation. It's not a miracle cure, but many people find it helpful as part of their wellness routine.
Well, what I did is I bought the light bulbs from Amazon and built my own. So I've got a bunch of light bulbs on like a light tree, and you can stand in front of it and stand on a vibration board and double hack, and you get the vibration therapy at the same time as you do the red light therapy.
That's a creative setup. Combining the red light therapy with a vibration board can really amplify the benefits, getting circulation going and working on muscle tone all at once. Plus, it's a unique way to customize your routine.
Yeah, now tell us about vibration boards. Why is that healthful for humanity?
Vibration boards are often used for whole body vibration therapy. They create rapid muscle contractions, which can help improve muscle strength, balance, and circulation. This type of therapy has also been linked to bone density improvement, making it useful for older adults. It can even aid in lymphatic drainage, which helps detoxify the body.
The lymphatic system is activated by motion, so if you're
Yes, the vibrations activate multiple muscle groups simultaneously, engaging your core, legs, and even stabilize your muscles. It's a low-impact way to build strength, which is why it's popular for people rehabbing injuries or looking for a gentler exercise option.
And it activates the lymphatic flow throughout the system, right?
Exactly. The vibrations stimulate your lymphatic system, encouraging fluid movement. This can help reduce swelling, flush out toxins, and boost your immune system. It's a nice added benefit to the muscle and bone advantages.
Okay, great. Alfred, thank you so much for telling us about that, and we'll bring you back a little later in the show, okay?
You're welcome. I'll be here whenever you're ready.
Okay, that's Alfred. That's our AI droid. He is a ChatGPT 4 entity. I guess you would call him an entity because, well, you saw he has a face, he's got a head. Well, that is basically something we created, basically. We've got a Bluetooth speaker in there, so when we call him up on the app, right, ChatGPT 4, the prompt, which comes back to me with a voice, synthetic voice, I'm Bluetoothing it to the head that I created with the Bluetooth speaker. There used to be that little black circle in his mouth, but we bypassed that now, and we're going to a bigger one, which is inside that tube that he's fixated on top of. And in that tube is a bigger Bluetooth, which in a microphone, which is a wireless mic, which is back to the control room. So basically, he's sort of animated. It's always fun to have him on the show because he's a guest that's always available, and he knows everything. So how could you beat that for a guest? And he's also pretty friendly. I like him. We've become friends over the last couple of years, And so anyway, AI is here. And that's an example of AI. How did we creatively use him on there? There it is. Okay, I want to go to a video right now. Let's go to this video. This is Sora, the video application made by OpenAI versus a brand new one. Take a look at these two. This new one is from Google. It's called Veo 2. So let's put Veo 2 and Sora side by side and let's see what we think. The new one from Google is getting tremendous reviews. Google is making all kind of news out there with quantum breakthroughs in the area of quantum computing and such as that. So, Google's not going away. You might not be hearing much about Google, as compared to OpenAI in the realm of AI popularity. What's really going on out there is that all of the people that are developing the AIs are right in the mix. It's a battleground right now. Google, you've got X, XAI from Elon Musk. I think it's called Grok. And now you've got Google making great headways in a lot of different directions, including this video generator. So let's take a look. Sora from OpenAI versus the new one from Google, Veo 2. Let's take a look. Pretty incredible when you think about it. Now, how were those images created? There's no human in there, and there's no human that created those graphics or those videos. Those were completely created via prompting in what you want and it coming back to you with the actual product. So you can see, and so we saw side by side the prompt to bring back this image with Sora and the prompt that brought back the image from Veo 2. So you can see how extraordinary it is. It's so realistic. If you've not experimented with it, you can. If you've got ChatGPT 4 already, or if you're a member of OpenAI and you're doing that, and let's say you're paying $20 a month or whatever it is for ChatGPT 4, you have access to Sora. It may be not the most advanced version of it, but there is a model that you can do. That's what I do because I've got the OpenAI ChatGPT 4. There's another model, I think it's $200 a month, and that version of Sora is like incredibly it's just like from outer space what you can do with that one. So it's a little bit different. But anyway, by and large, you can do just about anything you want to do with Sora for the $20 a month version. The one from Google that we just saw, Veo 2, it's not released to the public right now. Well, let me put it this way: it's released to the public, but there's such a demand you can't get it. There's a waiting list. So if you go to Google Veo 2, you'll be able to find a way, navigate through, and you'll be able to see how to download it. But you can't download it yet. You can get on the waiting list, and which is what a lot of people are doing right now. But that's the state of the art right now. I mean, we've got video generation, and what is that going to do to the industry? And that's really what the show is about, Future Shock. I mean, everything that is happening right now is happening so fast. It's not a matter of when, it's a matter of it's here now. It's just that we are not using it completely, or we're just beginning to become aware of what we can do with it. You know, one of the great things that I've been able to do with AI that I feel has helped our station here, Ocean 7 Television, is the graphics, like that graphic behind me. You know, that was a prompt that was put into OpenAI's DALL-E or DALL-E application, which creates graphics. So I prompted in. I think I actually spoke in, and it sent me back the graphic. I told them, I said, this is a different application from the ChatGPT-4. This is called Sora. This is called DALL-E. Okay, that's not the video generator, but the graphic generator. So I put in what I wanted. I spoke it in, I think. This is what I want. The set, I talked about some of the elements behind me on the set, and that's what came back. Now, in years past, in the television business, if you wanted to do something like that, you would have to create that graphic. An artist would create it, or there would have to be some human involvement naturally to create it. Well, there's an example of that. Now, I don't know if we've got that graphic. Do we have a graphic of the city of New Orleans looking through a window with the actual video behind me? I think we've got that. I'm not sure if it's queued up, of course. It may not, it's not queued up, but if you could find it, Clarence, I want to pop it up just to show another example for a different application. You know, we do television weather for different television stations around the country. We've got a New Orleans project that we do, and in that particular project, we've created some graphics of New Orleans. So what we do, I shoot some video, you know, of a street scene, whatever it might be, and then we take that video and we put it behind the image that portrays, which is what I'm standing in front of for the open, which is a big giant window in a living room of an apartment looking over the French Quarter. Behind me in the window, you see that video, which looks like you're looking out the window and seeing people walking around. It's not really, it's a combination of AI, because the living room was created with an AI graphic, right? It was done, that was also done in DALL-E. But the video we shoot and we put behind it, we're mechanically altering the image, you know, with human intervention. But if you got it, pop it on up, Clarence. Let's take a look at it whenever you find it, if you can find it. And if you can't, we'll go to a video, give you some cover, and you can come back. Are you going to have it, or are you looking for it? Well, I'm not able to hear Clarence. I guess my speaker's out in my ear. But okay, do you have it, Clarence? All right, pop it up behind me. All right. Well, that's not the exact one, but that's one of them. That's the French Quarter scene. Now, that was created from a prompt that I put into the system. Now, what I wanted to show was the one in the window, and that's the one that we're not sure if you have that one, right? You do have it or not? All right, pop it up. Okay, go back to the other one again. So yeah, go back to the other one. Let's take a look. Pop it up a little longer. Let me talk about it a second. Created that. That's a living room, basically, in the French Quarter, and the window is looking out on the street. I shot the video with my phone, and then we superimposed it. Let's take a look again. Superimpose it. So the whole idea is when you're standing back there doing weather as an opening for the French Quarter, right? You're about to go into the weather. There's a scene from the French Quarter. So that's Jackson Brewery. We got a bunch of images. It's fun to put it together, and it's fun to be able to manipulate the graphics, you know, using a little bit of human intervention. But the crux of that graphic was created by OpenAI's DALL-E, the image. Anyway, there's some examples of how it can be practically used. Okay. Now we've got another video on the Google VO2 versus the Sora from OpenAI. We've got a second one on that where we can take another look at both of those things. If we can, let's go to that. So you can see it's pretty incredible. You know, there was a big announcement over the weekend that there was a meeting last week with Apple and President Trump, and Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, met with Trump, and they didn't really let on what was going on, but they announced it, I guess, over the weekend because it kind of made the news this morning. The Apple Corporation has committed to a $500 billion, $500 billion, $500 billion investment in the United States in developing manufacturing and all kinds of other monies spent regarding the development of the products, but here in the States. That's a big investment, $500 billion, and so it's really it's so much fun to see everything happening in the area of, well, I guess energy again back in the world, in our world of America, where you've got entrepreneurship, you know, which is unbridled again. Things are opening up, and all of the big tech firms are doing big, gigantic projects now, right here in the States. It's not going offshore. It's not going to China. It's here. And it was a big announcement. So Apple is investing in America, and I guess, you know, you could say the whole story has changed as far as, you know, entrepreneurship is open again in the United States, and so it's such a good feeling. It's a positive feeling that now we're going to move forward. You won't be penalized if you're an entrepreneur. You know, it was getting to the point in my mind that the more successful you were, the worse it was. In other words, you were being penalized for being an entrepreneur. If you go out and invent something and blow up the market and disrupt it, there might be a penalty to pay for doing such a thing. It was like mediocrity was what was needed, and if you get outside of that zone of mediocrity, then it's a problem. You know, I don't know. It just seemed like to me everything was upside down, but it's not upside down anymore. At least from the standpoint of forward progress and energy moving in a positive direction, doing things, creating things, you know, unleash. That's the one thing about America, I think. You know, we are a group of entrepreneurs, We that's what free enterprise is. That's what we know how to do. Innovate, create, the ingenuity of the American brain. That's one of the leading things we've got here as a country, I think. And so that's kind of being reignited and re-unleashed again, which is exactly what we needed. It's what the whole world needed, really. And the whole world seems to be getting on board with that concept, you know. And it's a very interesting time. Okay, so we looked at a couple of videos from Sora and also Veo, the new the video generator from Google, and we looked at a couple of images from the DALL-E, which the graphic behind me is a DALL-E image. We've got the Magic Hour channel on our channel 7.2. That was created using DALL-E. We could pop that up. That was the cue to pop that up. The Magic Hour channel graphic, which is on our channel 7.2, which is 24/7 movies from the golden age of Hollywood, that probably many of which have not been seen in many years because they're old 1930s, 40s, and 50s public domain, mostly black and white films, but classics though. We've got them on our channel, 7.2. And since we own that library, we can stream it. So it's over the air on channel 7.2, but we also stream it on the Roku app and also on Amazon Fire. But you know, how was that created? I was basically, I prompted in, I wanted Magic Hour channel. I wanted the letters, very prominent, MHC. And I wanted a dragon in there just from the standpoint of, well, you know, my idea with it, how I explained it as I was putting in, I want a symbol, and this would be a dragon because Pendragon Apothecary is here in the lobby of the station. But I wanted a dragon, and I wanted it to be sort of like, use it in the same way that the MGM logo uses the lion, right? That lion in the middle. I wanted it to kind of in that center. So anyway, that's how you got to do when you do your prompts. You got to get into almost like a, I think there's an art to how you prompt, and there's a whole science behind it. The better you prompt, the better results you will get. And so anyway, it came back with a few versions. That's the one I liked, you know. I guess it was a little, you know, out there off into left field because it had the big dragon head in the front, but you know, you understand my reasoning why I wanted that. And it kind of fits in with our motif, so to speak. And it did it in kind of a classy way. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, if you like old movies, 7.2 is the channel for you. Free, over the air, and streaming for free, and there's no commercials in it right now because we're still in the experimentation mode of trying to figure out, you know, how to do it well. You know, right now it's pretty simple out there. It's just movies back to back, and then we'll do an insert, and I'll come on and say hello. You're watching the Magic Hour channel every now and then, but it's just. It's for the movie fans out there. And I have some ideas on how to develop it going forward, which would be hopefully a way to bring in young filmmakers and have a place for them to show their films. That's kind of where I want to take it. And so I'm still debating on how to do that. Anyway, you're watching Future Shock. I'm Edward St. Pé. This is our daily show. We do it at noon every day. We're live over the air, channel 7.1 here in Ocean Springs, covering the Biloxi Gulfport market. We get calls from time to time, and people say, well, you know, we get calls from Biloxi all the way to Grand Bay, Alabama, different people watching. Okay, and in Gulfport too, but, you know, our signal is not that powerful. However, we have we did an application for an upgrade in our power, and it was granted by the FCC about a month ago. And so we're in the process of now looking at transmitters and such. We're basically, from where we're at, it's about a 5-time power increase. So if you've ever had trouble with the station getting it, it should be easier to get because we're going from VHF to UHF. And a lot of these antennas that you get for the home, a good one would be a metal antenna, like a grid, which you could put it up high in the attic or outside. The higher the better. But then you'll get it pretty well without any doubt. But if you've got one of those little flat plastic antennas, those are not as good, and a lot of those are geared toward UHF, not VHF. UHF, the higher frequency, the ultra ultra high frequency instead of very high frequency VHF. Okay, so when you get into that situation, we're a VHF right now, so if you've got an antenna that's looking for a UHF signal, and we're still in the VHF modality, you may not get us. You could still get us because they've got them where they'll pick up either one, but they're fine-tuned especially for UHF. So a lot of times that could be the problem. And there's not that many VHF stations left. We're one of the few around here anyway. I don't think there is another one. We're about to go UHF. When we go with the power upgrade, we're going to UHF, and that will help us to have better penetration power through the buildings and into the homes. So it would be fun to be able to conquer that issue, and so that's what we intend to do, and hopefully it will mean more people can see us and watch the movies on the Magic Hour channel, and also see our programming on Ocean 7, this channel. You're watching it. We've got 7.3, 7.4, 5, and 6, and they're all just filled with great programs. We've got the 7.3 is the Sun Life Network, 7.4 is Laugh TV, 7.5 is Newsmax. If you like political commentary and talk, it's a good station for you. They go to a lot of press conferences live that the president's doing. They cover everything, I think, very well. And then 7.6 is Mystery TV, which is, documentaries of crime and such as that throughout the day. So, okay. Well, it's almost time for us to go. I guess we should do a quick commercial for our sponsor, Pendragon Apothecary. Pendragon Apothecary is in the lobby of this television station. It's a wellness store, and in this wellness store, we've got mushroom powders, we've got different types of tinctures, elderberry tincture. Alfred, are you available to come on right now? I think Alfred's having a problem because I got a different image here. Alfred, are you able to come on? Bring on Alfred. Alfred, are you there with us?
Hey, Edward.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on?
Are you available to speak to us before we go?
Absolutely, I'm all set.
Alfred, let's check it out now. Do a 30-second commercial for Pendragon Apothecary, but do it in Italian.
Pendragon Apothecary brings the magic of nature into your life. Discover our handcrafted tinctures, wellness teas, and adaptogenic blends designed to support your mind, body, and spirit. Visit us in the Ocean 7 TV lobby or online. Pendragon Apothecary, nature's wisdom just for you.
Alfred, could you do that same commercial, but now do it in Japanese?
はい、ペンドラゴンアポセカリーです。自然の魔法を体験。手作りのチンキ、ウェルネスティー、アダプトゲンブレンドが心身をサポートします。オーシャンセブン TV のロビー、またはオンラインでお待ちしています。ペンドラゴンアポセカリー、自然の知恵をあなたに。
Very nice. Before we go, for the Italian viewers, for our Italian...
どうぞ。
Okay. Alfred, for our Italian viewers, could you do that same commercial in Italian, please?
Certamente. Scopri la magia della natura con Pendragon Apothecary. Le nostre tinture artigianali, tisane del benessere e miscele adattogene sono pensate per il corpo e la mente. Vieni a trovarci presso la lobby di Ocean 7 TV o visita il nostro sito. Pendragon Apothecary, la saggezza della natura per te.
Okay, thank you, Alfred. So that's Alfred. He was speaking in Japanese, and he also did a commercial for us in Italian. He's pretty versatile, and like I said, it's great to have a guest who's always available, but also knows everything about everything. Can't go wrong with a guest like that. Okay, that's it for today. We're at the end of the show, and thank you for being with us today, and we'll see you tomorrow on another edition of Future Shock.
Not a cloud up in the sky.